And I was standing in a window with a machine gun, having my breakfast. We didn't have food. We had a cracker. So I was standing there watching the view, which was the village on fire. And it was just 5 to 8 in the morning, all quiet. And I remember thinking, this is too quiet because everything has been on fire all night and it's will be going off. So I turn around. He called my name. I turn around, and as I'm walking away from the window to the entrance to the big hall, it was a kids' ballet dance hall. That window was just smashed. We got hit so bad. Like that whole house, the roof was gone. The window, the window was gone. The entrance was gone. So if he hadn't called me, of course we went flying because of the blast. But if he hadn't called me because of his weird little scratch he had on his leg, I would have been gone. February 24th, and we were there a couple of days later. So me and my team, my unit, were the first foreign fighters to be shipped straight to the front, which was then north of Kyiv. And that was the battle that Russia thought was going to be the one and only they had to do. They even packed their parade uniforms.
Wow.
Yeah, and then they met resistance. So that didn't happen. It was a brand new war. Nobody knew what was going on, where to go, who to trust. The border guards sold us out, all kind of crazy stuff. So, and you couldn't drive without getting shot. So we crossed the border at night with the curtains closed, and I had never been to Ukraine. I knew nothing of Ukraine. Never even Googled it. So when daylight came, we were at the base, the one that got hit by missiles early on. So got there, we got a 24 hours before the colonel sent us to the front. So me, my dirty dozen, the unit boys, just loaded the 2 buses, real old yellow Soviet buses with no heating, no suspension. It was cold and dark, and we had thousands or millions of dollars of explosive. It was a lot. So if we had just hit the bump too hard, it would have said boom. And then we again had to drive up to Kyiv by night, curtains closed, didn't see anything before we were literally in the front. So, because back then, the whole city of Kyiv, it was like surreal, a zombie movie. Like you will never see it in real life. A big city, a capital city, just wiped out of people. No cars, no people, no movement, nothing. It's just some snow falling down in the streets, and we were the only ones moving around there.
Ghost town.
Yeah, we were the only ones moving around, and we knew that if there's any other movement, that's enemy. So
holy shit.
yeah, and before we left, the colonel gathered his crew and said goodbye, gave us hugs because they were 100% sure we were dead men walking.